Hello and welcome to a magical year ahead. Firstly, good afternoon ladies and gentlemen. Molo Kunjani. Goedemiddag dames en heren. Einen schönen guten Nachmittag meine Damen und Herren. It's indeed an honor to take over the national presidency of the Professional Speakers Association of Southern Africa. First of all, I need to apologize that I'm not here in person today. As a speaker, life does throw various curveballs at us, and what happened to me is that a well-established client changed their dates in the last minute. And I'm sure as speakers you can understand, one's looking at long-term. Plus I was told that all the previous presidents of the PSASA had to personally fork out a lot of money during their term of office. So I'm trying to just fill the kitty so I can spend well. On that note also, I'd like to give a special word of welcome to Phil Van Hooser and Lindsay Adams. It was awesome seeing you in Holland at the PSA conference there. I am truly sorry I'm not here with you this time. I'm sure we'll be able to catch up somewhere else in the world throughout this year. And I do trust that each and every one of you and all our international delegates, that you had an awesome time in this fantastic country of ours. I trust that all of you that are first-timers at this conference have really enjoyed it and have made friends for life. For me, every single conference I've attended in the last few years has been more than worth the money. I've made such great friends, and this must be the only industry I know where people truly share with each other. I've been racking my brain. What should I talk about in this final presidential keynote? I don't want to keep you a long time. I know you've listened to enough speakers, so I want to keep it short and sweet. I believe that many of the issues I'd like to touch on I can cover at the board meetings and at the various chapter meetings. But there's going to be one predominant theme during my term this year, and I was wondering how can I bring this across in an interesting way. So with my background, I thought let's try something different and let's get each and every one of you involved. Next to me is, let's call it a chart, with 9 different characteristic traits of speakers that, to me personally, are important. Humility, sincerity, passion, giving, a real pro, various issues that are important. What I'd like you to do is I'd like you to mentally, don't talk about it amongst yourselves, pick one. But pick either the one at 12 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 3 o'clock or 9 o'clock. I've highlighted it for you and it's now on full screen. The ones that are highlighted, one of those 4, pick any one, free choice. Now once you've got one mentally selected, and please bear in mind that you can all be on a different one. This is a total random choice. Once you've got one selected, I want you to move 4 times. But this is important for me. You can only move horizontal or diagonal. You can go backwards and forwards if you want to. You can go 3 times and go back once, but it must be 4 moves from where you are, except not diagonally. You cannot move diagonally anyway, just left to right or up or down. So in essence, you could be moving from, let's say if you put your mind on honest, you could go to the first move, a real pro, the next move down to authentic, then to punctual, and then to humble. That would be 4 moves, as an example. You are now on one of those characteristic traits. I had no control where you landed up. And if you don't believe me, ask the person to the left and the right of you, see if they're on the same one. And I can almost guarantee you, each one of you is on somewhere different. Now, wherever each and every one of you are, I get the feeling that none of you are on punctual. Hey, that's pretty bad, huh? Punctuality is important, but never mind, none of you are on punctual, so we'll remove that one. What I'd like you to do now is move again, but this time make 5 moves, 5 different times. Again, up or down, vertical or horizontal, not diagonal. But you cannot move to the spot where punctual was. So move in any direction you want to in your own time. You've done that? Now again, if you still think I'm influencing you in any way whatsoever, you can talk to the person on either side and check if they're on different spots than you are. I'm sure they're on a different characteristic trait. Right, now, if I think about it, I am sure that none of you are on authentic, which is quite sad really. Let's just remove authentic. You see, we spoke about authenticity at the PSA in Holland, which was really an awesome conference. But okay, for this example, authenticity is not there. Now I'd like you to move twice. Left or right, up or down, as you wish. Again, not in a spot where there is no more characteristic trait. You can only move on to the words that are there. Not diagonally, just left, right, up or down. Right, you've all done that. Again, I'm sure that you're murmuring amongst each other now, and that many of you are finding you're not on the same characteristic trait. But I'm sure that none of you are on humble. So let's remove humble. Now it gets interesting. Let's do another move. Let's just move 3 times now. Just 3 times. Again, left, right, up, down, not diagonally, and not in a spot where there is nothing, only on the words. At this point, I don't think that any of you are on a real pro. So let's get rid of that one. However, I'm going to get bold. I don't think any of you are on passionate either. We're coming to the end. You can see the traits that are left are few. I'd like you to move 3 more times. Your selection is pretty limited. Remember to keep it up, down, left, right. Okay, not diagonal and not where words are missing. Only on the word. So you might hop up and down a few times or as you wish. You've done that. You've moved 3 times. You know what? I'm going to remove honest because none of you are on that either. Is there sniggering going on in the audience? Yeah, it's interesting because each and every one of you had a free choice. And now for the last move. I want you to move only once. So where you were, move on to the next trait. On which one are you? I have the feeling that none of you are on sincere. So I'm going to let that one go. And oh, that's out of those 2. Which one could the majority of you be on? I'm going to say you're not on ethical either. You're all on giving. Isn't that interesting? You had a free choice, but you're all on giving. And isn't that what our philosophy as speakers is all about? This is the year of giving for me. That will be my central theme. Gustav, when we were in Holland, I really enjoyed your presentation. And the thing that stood out, and hence I'm mentioning it now, was when you said that when you're younger, you're a go-getter, and when you're older, you're a go-giver. And for me, it's a real honor to take over the presidency for this year, and I want to make it a year of giving. However, I also want to challenge all the members of the PSASA, and in fact, everybody that's here attending this conference, is become a giver. You know, often I've heard at meetings, what's in it for me? And there are a lot of people out there that just want to take the whole time. And really, that's not what speaking is about. Right now, I believe we've got about 215 members in the PSASA. Imagine if each one of us were to give at every meeting, not just to our fellow speakers, but our family, friends everywhere around, but particularly in the PSA, we all were to give. Guess what? You'd suddenly have 214 people giving to you. Wouldn't that make it awesome? There'd be something in it every time you attend a meeting. So really for me, my central theme will be that about giving. I think that's very important. I'm passionate about what I do. And I'm at that age now where I'm giving as well. So for me, it's not just an honor, but it's also an absolute pleasure to be able to take over this term, because what I want to do is share so much with each and every one of you. And you have my promise that I will make the most of this year. I will attempt to be at as many meetings as possible. I will be representing us throughout the world. I will bring back all that information that I learned and share it with everybody out there. There are various other topics that I want to tackle as well. Like, let's get a bit of a green theme going. Let's be more authentic. That to me is so powerful and so important in life. So from me, thank you very much. I take over this position with absolute honor, and I'm really, really looking forward to a great year ahead. Goodbye.